Hi, everybody. How are you? So, I'm going to forewarn everybody watching this video. This is not going to be a happy video, not at all. No, not today. This is not going to be the one because I'm going to go all the way off on Chantal. I'm like, really go off. Why am I going to go off on her today? Well, because she just won't leave BBJ alone. She just won't leave the subject of BBJ alone. She just keeps bringing it up. Keeps going after FFG, bringing up BBJ. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely stupid and ridiculous, and it makes no sense. BBJ was her former pet that she had for years, but she gave up BBJ. Before she gave her up, she was neglectful of BBJ and Sam. And those of us who've been watching Chantal, we know that. We actually saw it in real time. All those live streams that she did, she showed the condition of the pets, she showed the condition of her house. We know, we remember, the clips are out there. So why am I all fired up? Well, because Chantal put out another community post where she's going off on FFG and talking about BBJ and claiming that FFG is being and her family are being neglectful of BBJ. And that is absolutely not true. But I'll tell you what, before I get into my main rant, because yes, I am going to rant and I don't care if I use bad words. There can be plenty of bad words here. You can't read something like what I just read and know about all the things that I know watching Chantal and not rant. So I'll tell you what, let's just get into that first. We got to get our context out of the way. Y'all are going to see why I'm so mad. All right, so here is the community post, because knowing this big coward, she's going to delete this in about an hour. She likes to post community posts, get everybody all fired up, and then remove it off her channel so that she doesn't get in trouble with YouTube. That's how she likes to play the game. She's hate farming. I don't know why she's kicking up the dust with people, because she's not going to go live and do a rage stream and make money off of it. She just likes to make people angry. If she's angry, everybody else has got to be angry. So let's read the post together. Okay, so she says, left picture, BBJ and FFG's care. Right picture, in my care. Okay, so here's the picture she's talking about. All right. Quote, BBJ is being taken care of right now. You zombies are real dense. First off, you were all lied to about who has the cat. Second, BBJ is wasting away, which is animal abuse. She is emaciated. I will be calling animal control, and I encourage you all who actually give a crap about BBJ to do the same. Truth is, none of you cared about BBJ. You only cared about making me mad and for drama and entertainment. What's amazing, what amazing people you are. Sorry, I'm so mad I can't even read right. And don't say I didn't care about her because I chose to rehome her because the person I was talking to lied to me. Sometimes what is best for the animal, if sick, and you can clearly see she is here, is to do the humane thing, right? FFG, you know a lot about that with your dogs you put down. Ugh, so sick you support an actual animal abuser because BBJ does not look good at all. Stop holding that cat hostage over your beef, you psycho. How is someone who doesn't like cats going to take care of one? Sick people. And I don't watch that evil witch who looks like Pee-wee's enemy. Someone sent this to me concerned and suggest I call Montreal Animal Control. They will find you, as I know your former address was Rue Cardinal. I can't wait for your karma to come. And don't say she was shaved for having mats. I never had to shave her, and FFG had her since February, so any mats are from her neglect. That was the community post. That was the post she put up after she did a ridiculous skit that was, in my opinion, disturbing. That skit that she did was disturbing because it talked about her husband being unalived. Is kind of creepy. Like, are you okay, Chantal? Is Salah going to be okay? Should he sleep with one eye open? But yeah, she did this community post out of nowhere talking about BBJ. Y'all know I had a lot to say, right? Because I do have a lot to say. And I don't even care if YouTube monetizes this. Screw the monetization. I'm going to say what I want to anyway. Oh my God. Oh Lord, Chantal, where to even start with you? Where to even start? Whew. Before we get started though, can I play something for y'all? Something you guys have seen before on my channel. It's just a little reminder for those who already know. And for those who might be on Chantal's side of the fence, just something you need to see. Okay? Just something you need to see, something I put together long ago. The little intro that I was using for a while about BBJ. So let me just go ahead and play it. So that was the intro that I put together a while back, and I'm glad I saved it for situations like this. It needs to be seen. Those of you that are new to Chantal's channel, y'all needed to see that because you need to know the truth that she's coming across as, oh, I was her former owner and all I did was rehome her. Let me tell you something. While she had BBJ and Sam, she was a neglectful owner. Okay. This isn't a case of she was a good owner and people were hating on her for no reason and oh, she did the right thing and she rehomed the pets. No, no. BBJ and Sam were living in a filthy, disgusting home. How filthy and disgusting? The place was constantly filled with fruit flies, mummified food, garbage all over the floor, top floor and bottom floor. You guys saw the pictures. The cats, they couldn't even use the litter boxes. They were full. Pete's even came on camera and said that they had been changed for 3 months, even though there were unopened boxes of pretty litter that could have been used to change the litter boxes. Because the litter boxes were so dirty, the cats were pooping and peeing all over the floor because they had nowhere else to go. There was rotting food in the fridge. And let's talk about the pet care a little more. Let's really talk about that. Those cats didn't go to the vet. They didn't go to a mobile groomers. They weren't brushed as they should have been brushed because both of them were long-haired cats. And I've owned a long-haired cat before, and you have to be on top of brushing them. Otherwise, their fur will get matted. And for those who do not know, if you have a long-haired cat, if the mats get really, really bad, the mats can go down to the skin and tear the skin because a cat's skin is like onion skin that can cause infection. That's why you got to stay on top of it. Chantal never did. She never brushed those cats. As well as because she was smoking 24/7 inside of that home, she was smoking the green. That's what the cats were breathing in. She never went to the pet store and got a pet haul of food. She got the bare minimum of food. Sometimes she would run out and give the cats ice cream instead of regular food. She got the cats the chicken stew. But we now know that BBJ, her teeth were bad. rotted. So really, she wasn't eating the meat of the stew. She was just licking the sauce. And there were even pictures that she posted on her community tab of the cats eating cheesy poops, likely because there was nothing else in the house to eat. And that's just some of the things that I could tell you. There's a whole list of disgusting things that I could tell you. Yeah, the cats were living in all of that, living in that filth, living in that neglect. People were coming into her chat begging her to take the cats to the vet. And she just didn't do it. Not because she didn't have the money, not because she didn't have the resources or the time. She had all three. It's just that all she wanted to do was go and run around to Gatineau into Montreal to see Natter. Would stay gone for a week, not care about what happened to her pets. Would just take off and let pets care for the pets, even though he wasn't very good at caring for them either. Didn't check up on them. Nope. People even gave her money to take the cats to the vet, begging her, here, I'll pay you. I'll pay you to take the cats to the vet. I'll make the visit free. You can call them mobile groomers. You can call a mobile vet. She didn't do either one. You know what she said? The moment you send me money, it's mine. I can do what I want with it. And she also said why she wasn't taking the cats to the vet, because it made her haters angry. Imagine being that evil that you would actually think that way and say it out loud in front of people. She did that too. So maybe when she had BBJ and Sam for a while before she got fixated and fascinated and obsessed with the idea of having a man in her life, she did care for the cats a little bit. But then once she got the idea of I have to be claimed by somebody, I have to be in a relationship, she treated the cats like unwanted furniture, unwanted stage props. Oh, you were once part of my show, but now you're not important. I'm just going to push you aside because I want to be with a man. And then the neglect got really, really bad. And when she gave away Sam, she wasn't crying all that night. And she wasn't crying when she gave away BBJ. And BBJ was the one she had the longest. She wasn't heartbroken at all. As a matter of fact, she was relieved. She was happy. Here are these two animals that she looked at as burdens. They were hurdles standing between her and being with Salah. Had to get the hurdles out of the way. She could run a little faster to Kuwait. Treated them as if they were nothing. And now here we are. It's been a while. Sam is in a better place. BBJ is obviously in a better place, and she still won't leave it alone. She still won't let it go. And if you want to ask me why she won't let it go, it has nothing to do with the fact that she loves BBJ, that she misses BBJ. It has everything to do with her narcissistic, evil pride. Her narcissistic, evil pride just cannot stomach or get over the fact that somebody outsmarted her for the right reasons and exposed the worst of her evils. She just can't get over that. Even after all the things that were revealed about what was wrong with BBJ, Chantal was not the least bit sorry or regretful or shocked or embarrassed. She didn't say, oh my God, I didn't know all of that was going on. That's horrible. She was in so much pain and I just didn't know. That lack of surprise lets me know that she knew exactly what was wrong with that cat and she didn't care. She didn't care at all that BBJ was running around with 5 nails embedded into her foot pads, kidney problems, extremely matted fur, infected ears, rotted teeth. That baby was in pain from tip to tail for months and months and months and months. And even after Chantal came home from Kuwait, that 3 or 4 weeks before she went back, she did absolutely nothing to alleviate any of those pains. Not a damn thing. And then at the very end, trying to save face, well, I was going to take her to the vet. No, you weren't. You were making all kinds of morbid jokes about how she needed to take a dirt nap. So you had no intention of saving her life or improving the quality of her life. You had every intention of ending her life. You looked at her as a burden, as a nuisance. And you want to get that burden and that nuisance out of the way so you can get next to a man that don't even want to fucking sleep with you. Well, let me give my comments to this post because I got more to add. And can I give some observations right here? Look, these 2 pictures. So this is the one on the left is BBJ now. A little something personal. I have a roommate. My roommate's cat, her name is Lima. She's a tortie. And she's older. She's about 17 years old. She's got a hyperactive thyroid. Keeping weight on her is difficult. She's given all kinds of food and it's still really, really difficult. Maybe due to her age, also due to her hyperthyroidism. Some cats are just like that. They get older, they don't eat as much, or they have some medical issues and they just stay thin. As I understand it, BBJ does have some medical issues. That could also contribute to the way she looks. But let's also not forget that BBJ was in very, very serious condition when FFG and her family got her. There was a multitude of problems that could not all be treated at once. For all we know, BBJ is still technically healing. She's not all the way there. She may not be 100% there even after the fact. But only so much can be done right now because she's a senior cat. But the damage was so bad that, like I think technically she might still be healing and managing. So I don't think BBJ is being starved or mistreated by French Fry Girl and her family. She's an older cat. She's got lots of medical issues. And it's just a matter of treating things a little at a time and managing others if they can't be all the way treated and permanently healed. But in no way is she being mistreated or mishandled. But this other picture, the right one, you cropped it, Chantal. You cropped out the carpet full of cat poo and cat pee. You didn't show the other pictures of the house that was filthy. You didn't show the environment. You didn't show them dirty litter boxes, did you? No, you didn't. You didn't show that filthy fucking bedroom with garbage all over the floor and the mummified food and fast food containers been sitting there for weeks. You didn't show that shit. You didn't show the environment those cats were living in for months. No, of course not. Let's not tell the beaters about that don't know. Let's see. You zombies are real dense. First off, you were all lied to about who has the cat. You know what? If a lie was told, it was told for good reason. Because BBJ needed to be rescued. What happened was a rescue. There was an animal in need, in a bad environment, with an evil, neglectful owner. She needed to be rescued. So if a lie had to be told to make it happen, I support that. There was an innocent life in danger that needed to be saved. And she was. BBJ is wasting away, which is animal abuse. Let me tell you something, Chantal. Being an owner of an animal and you let your pet walk around with embedded nails in their foot pads for months, that's animal abuse. When you knowingly, willingly let that happen, not once, but twice, bitch, that's animal abuse. You had the money, you had the time, you had the resources to fix that. You did not. You did nothing. And then trying to come to the table and say, well, the nails were just a little bit long. Really? Then how come FFG took BBJ to the vet and there were 5 embedded nails? A little bit long does not suddenly become embedded nails overnight, does it? I'm a cat owner. That's not possible. Embedded nails take months and months of severe growth. I will be calling animal control, and I encourage you all who actually give a crap about BBJ to do the same. Oh, so you're doing a call to action, are you? Is that what we're doing today? You big coward. You're over there in Thailand where you know you can't get in trouble. You're in another country saying, I'm going to do this, but I'm basically doing a call of action against FFG. You know, putting out that call of action, telling your beezers to do something. That's just like you, Chantal, to try to recruit people into your private war. You can't do that, Chantal, by the way. You can't do a call to action. You can't, that's against TOS. You can't sit there and encourage people to go after another channel like that. That's breaking the rules. Truth is, none of you cared about BBJ. Wrong, bitch. A lot of people cared about those pets more than you. Just because all of us are over here on the other side of the monitor, even though this may be a completely weird thought to you, a weird feeling, there is such a thing as empathy. There is such a thing as being human and having humanity and a sense of decency. These are all things you lack. But all of us who are human, who have that humanity and that sense of decency, that have feelings that we're connected to, we're not disconnected from, that we care about other living people and things, we did care. We do care. There were a lot of people stressed out watching your pets in that horrible home of hell, watching those pets roam around those filthy conditions, watching and being stressed out and worried and praying that nothing would happen to them. The funny part is you claim to be empathic. Obviously, you're not. Obviously not. But a lot of people cared. And when FFG let everybody know that she and her family had BBJ, a lot of people cried with absolute relief. I know I did. I was so relieved that that baby, her hell was over. She was no longer with you, that she was in good hands, that she was going to get the medical care she so desperately needed. I was so over the moon about that. I was like, I'm happy. I'm you can't ask anything more than that. That was the outcome that I was hoping would happen with BBJ. That she would go to someone that would care for her and love her and help to heal her, and it happened. Thank God. Don't say I didn't care about her because I chose to rehome her because the person I was talking to lied to me. You know what, Chantal? Don't even say what you did was rehoming. Rehoming would mean, as a caring owner, that you care immensely about your pets, to the point where if you really care about your pets and you're providing a good home, which you weren't, but if you cared, then you would take all the steps to ensure that they were going to the best place with the best owner. You weren't vetting who was taking BBJ. You weren't talking extensively to them. You weren't going to their home to make sure they had a nice, decent home, a nice, decent environment, talking to them and making sure they could provide the medical care. As I understand it, this person, Amy Flowers, they were telling you in messages that they were bedridden. So how could a bedridden person take care of an elderly cat that needs to go to the vet? So that just proves it right there, doesn't it? You were going to give her to someone that couldn't possibly take her to the vet, but you didn't give a shit. This wasn't a rehoming for you. It was you just finding someone off of YouTube to dump the pets on. All you cared about was, I just want to make sure they're not a YouTuber, that all of my evils are hidden and they won't come back to bite me in my ass. That's all you cared about. You didn't care about the home. You didn't care if it was a good owner, as long as the cat were out of your sight and no one would know what a neglectful bitch you'd been. None of you cared about BBJ. Lies. You only cared about making me mad and for drama entertainment. Chantal, it doesn't take much to get you mad. You stay mad all the time. That's the funny part about you. You tell everybody, stay mad, but yet you're the only one who does stay mad. You never stop being angry. And I'm sorry, just seeing pets being neglected and hurt and starved, I don't consider that fun entertainment. I never asked for that. I never wanted to see that, never wanted that to happen, nor did anybody else. No, your cat's being starved and sick and neglected. That was your entertainment, you sick beast. That was you being malicious and petty. It gave you joy to see them living like that and put it on YouTube, knowing how it was stressing people out, knowing that people wanted to stop. You were using your sick, neglected pets to keep people watching your content. You knew they were tuning in to make sure those pets were okay. That's why you never fixed it. You're like, oh, it's getting me views, so I'm just going to keep it going. You suck. Sometimes what is best for the animal, if sick, and you can clearly see this year, is to do the humane thing. You know what, Chantal? That's your default. You think if an animal is sick, if they get sick, just put them down. Don't even try to make them better. Don't even try taking them to the vet and spending the money, getting the medication and whatever else they need. That's your default. Oh, if they get sick, it's a burden. Just put them down. What about you? You're a person, you're sick. What should society do with you? Should society look at you the way you look at animals? Give that a thought. Let's see. You know, a lot of that with your dogs you put down. Still doing that, Chantal. You're still trying to push that button. You are still trying to push the button with FFG, talking about her deceased pets. She told you long ago, that button don't work no more. It doesn't work anymore. I don't know why you keep pushing it. But I'll tell you what, I think you trying to push that button and making this post at this time, at a time when she is literally just lost her mom, you're a complete biatch for that. If you had any kind of humanity, you'd back off on her right now. You really would. So sick you support an actual animal abuser because BBJ does not look good at all. She's not an animal abuser. I seriously doubt that Frenchie would take BBJ. and spend her time taking BBJ back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to the vet with all those visits just to hurt her. Seriously doubt that that would happen. Seriously doubt that. You know, going through all that trouble to get BBJ and then doing the vet visits to make her better, just to turn around and hurt her. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. See, I look at the patterns of behavior with you. You're a cruel, evil person. FFG is not. So trying to suggest somebody who doesn't have a pattern of cruelty towards animals as being an animal abuser, it just doesn't work. I don't know why you keep trying to put that narrative out there. Stop holding that cat hostage. Who's holding her hostage? How is someone who doesn't like cats going to take care of one? Because, Chantal, you don't have to like an animal per se to have humanity and do the right thing. Even if there's an animal around you and they aren't necessarily your favorite, you can still say, you know what, this animal needs care, so I'm going to give it some water or some food or do the right thing by it. It's called being human. It's called having humanity and a sense of decency and doing the right thing. You would never understand those things because you've never been that way, but the rest of us are a lot different. FFG likes dogs. She has said so. She has a dog. But just because she is kind of a dog person doesn't mean she's going to completely ignore a cat in need, because she stepped up to the plate and she got BBJ and did what she could to help her. I don't watch that evil witch. Oh, you don't? You don't watch Frenchie? Then why are you going off about her? Why are you going off about this? Why? If you don't watch Frenchie, then why are you bringing up her name again? Why are you bringing up the BBJ thing again? Why aren't you leaving it alone? Why? Is you know what this is, y'all? I'm going to take a wild guess in the dark. This is misdirected anger. That's what this is. Because let's be honest, she doesn't give a flying fuck about BBJ. She does not care about BBJ. She doesn't care. She never cared about BBJ. That's obvious concerning the way that she lived, the neglectful way she treated BBJ, the living conditions, the horrible, disgusting, vile living conditions. Had she cared for BBJ, the cats would never have lived like that, would never have been that neglected for months. If she cared, they would have lived really, really well up until the time they got new homes, but that was not the case at all. She doesn't care about, this is not about BBJ. This is not about being concerned for her welfare. Let's strip off the outer layer. This is about how angry she is, how unhappy she is with herself, with the fact that everything on YouTube is changing. The terms of service are changing. She can't just get on YouTube and gorge herself stupid and monetize her problem with food, glorify it. YouTube's not letting her get away with it. She's angry. She's angry at the world. She's angry with Salah. And she's taken out on all of us. And her number one punching bag is FFG. Always trying to kick at her. What you fail to realize, Chantal, is you can try to kick at FFG, but your kicks really don't give much weight. They really don't. You're not going to hurt her. You're not going to do the damage that you want to. I don't know why you keep trying. But you're bringing up FFG and BBJ once again. Not because you care about BBJ, not because you're concerned about her, not because you miss her. You're just trying to find something to get people angry and cause hurt, where anger and hurt don't necessarily have to be there. You're just trying anything. Someone sent this to me concerned. Sure, Chantal, sure. Sure, somebody just sent it to you. Girl, listen, you've already confessed that you're on Twitter. You've already told us that you are all over Twitter, looking for anything, everything to get mad about, to talk about, looking to see what reactors are saying about you. You already told us. It's what I love about you. The fact that you're a liar and you tell on yourself. We don't have to look very far for the truth. You give it to us eventually. You'll self-confess. I love that about you the most. Someone suggested I call Montreal animal control. Chantal, listen. People call animal control to your house. Pete did not answer the door on multiple occasions, but when he did, when they were let in, they told him to clean that filthy, disgusting house. But animal control can only do so much. They are not vets. They can't run tests. They're not going to be able to do very much. So if your cats were living in filthy conditions and they let you have the cats, they're not going to do anything to an owner where the house is clean, the pet is healthy, been taken to the vet. They're not going to do crap to FFG and her family. I can't wait for your karma to come. Chantal, you're so busy looking for everybody else to suffer their karma at the same time that your karma is coming to pay you a visit. As a matter of fact, it has been visiting you. It's been knocking at that door. And when you don't answer, it slips in through the window. See, everybody's been waiting for the big knockout punch for Chantal. They want to see some shocking thing happen. They want to see some severe thing happen. Listen, y'all. Listen to me real close. Sometimes when a person is really rotten, really evil, when their soul is putrid and they've done too much, sometimes karma takes its time. It works slow. It starts breaking things down slowly. One thing to remember about karma is that karma works on its own time, not when everybody tells it to act. It doesn't go by anybody else's speed by its own, but things have been happening around Chantal, haven't they? Everything's been crumbling slowly. And we've all been witness to a lot of it. Her health is on the decline, right? Her income has gone down. We know this. She's clearly unhappy in that fake, phony romance scam marriage. She got infatuated with a guy that really wanted nothing to do with her. And he despises her. And she knows it. She has to know it. I mean, it's pretty obvious. He doesn't hide it very well. She's bored. Salah's not allowing her to rage. So she's got to keep a leash on it. The only place she can rage is her community post, like right now. And that's not making her money. She can't even make money on her angry moments. She's got to do it for free. And Chantal hates doing things for free. So there's all these different things making her mad. And all that madness is coming from being unhappy. And she's got no one to blame but herself. So, yeah, you add up all the little things. The giving up her place in Canada to run after a man who did not want her because she convinced herself that if she hung around long enough that she would just, wear him down and he would just give in and surrender and be her partner forever. It's nothing in her life is working. So you want to see everybody else's karma, Chantal, but you should be concerned for your own, because it feels like all those checks that she wrote long ago are getting cashed one by one. They will find you, as I know your former address was Rule Cardinal. Are you making a threat? Sounds like you're making a threat. You're trying to dox her. That's also against terms of service, Chantal. Don't say she was shaved for having mats. I never had to shave her. Chantal, FFG has paperwork. She's got documentation, actual documentation of all the visits and everything that happened at those visits, every procedure that the vets did with BBJ, every single one. Also, you big dumb idiot, have you forgotten about this? Have you forgotten about the fact that all those lives you did, there's so much footage of how your house looked. There are dates on those live streams. So there's a timeline of how filthy that house was and for how long. All those community posts you did showing those pets being neglected, the fact that they weren't eating very well, the fact that you were starving them. A timeline could be provided of how long those pets were in your care. There's also videos you talking about the first time BBJ's nails became embedded. You forget about that too? Did you? Well, I'm here to remind you. You yourself did a goodbye video for BBJ. So there is a date on that video showing exactly when you gave up BBJ, giving the cat away. And FFG could follow that up with the vet visit. So here's the video, Chantal having BBJ, and here's the vet visit, not even 48 hours later? A judge would look at that and say, yeah, clearly the former owner was neglectful. So all this talk about, I'm going to sue FFG, go ahead. You won't win. I promise you, you won't. Promise you, you won't. Like you're making threats and that won't turn out well for you. Not at all. Because things can be proven when neglectful bitch you've been to your pets. And as far as the mats, FFG said in one of her live streams that the mats were so bad on poor BBJ that the vet actually thought that she had tumors. Also, they were so incredibly bad that due to BBJ's age, they couldn't put her under. They had to shave a little at a time with each visit over the course of more than a few months. That sounds pretty severe. You did all that to her. You put her in that condition. And you're not the least bit sorry. Never once did you cry in sorrow or embarrassment or just self-anger for the pain that you put that poor baby through. Never once did you say, I am sorry for all of that. That's horrible. I had no idea. You never cried because you did know how bad it was. The only reason why you got mad was not over how much pain she was in. You were angry over the fact that somebody else had her and they were exposing the neglect that you were responsible for. Bitch. You weren't sorry and sad over her pain. You were angry over your own being exposed and humiliation. You were more concerned for yourself than her. And never once did you do what you should have done, Chantal. If you were a loving pet owner who loved their pets, what you should have done and you've never done is say to FFG and her family, thank you. Thank you for taking her in. Thank you for taking care of her. Thank you for paying for all those vet bills and taking the time for all those vet visits. She was my former pet and I took care of her for years, and I'm glad that she's in good hands. You don't even have it in you to say, you know what, you and me, we don't get along. We're like oil and water. But I can put that aside for a second and say, on the level of one pet owner to another, thank you for doing the right thing. Thank you for giving her a safe home because I can't take care of her anymore. You just can't be enough of an adult and a decent human being to even go that far. No, all you can see is your spite and your hate and your jealousy. That's all you can see. Which leads me to believe you have no heart at all. Because here we are again with this post, accusing her of animal neglect, accusing her of her and her family hurting BBJ. How dare you? How dare you and how could you? Considering the environment that you are providing for your pets, the hell that you put them through, the hell that you made them live in, and they had no choice but to endure it because they couldn't walk out the door and go to somebody better. You want to talk about somebody holding their pets hostage? That's what you were doing with your pets. Treating them as cat deflection, props for your show, but never properly caring for them. Never. Somebody asked in your chat yesterday, like, why does so many people on the internet hate you? I don't understand it. Well, here's a reason why we don't like her. Has nothing to do with her weight. Honestly, I don't care about her weight. And if she wants to eat in a gross, disgusting manner, I really don't care much about that either. But I'll tell you what I do care about: somebody who neglects or abuses animals. Because people who do that, there's a special level of hell just for them. I care the most about that. That's horrible. So here she is again, going after FFG, saying she's going to do something. I doubt she will. She's just putting up this community post to piss everybody off. And I'm making a bet right now. She's making this post. She'll remove this post. And then later on today, she'll do a live, or tomorrow. She's going to wait for the anger to build up. And then she'll go live and then act like, nothing's wrong. Because that's what she does. Hate farming. And then she'll do a live and people are tuning in to see what she's talking about. This is her pathetic way of trying to get extra views rather than do interesting content and using that as a way to get extra views. She uses hate and negativity and being pathetic to get views anymore because that's all she's got left. Pathetic hate farming. Sad. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Sorry if I'm angry today, but that pissed me off. That right there. The nerve of her. The way she treated them, and then somebody else takes in one of her pets and gives them the best of care, and then she has the nerve to accuse Frenchie of something vile that she would never do. You're sick, Chantal. You need help. You really need help. And if you got anger issues, if your life is unhappy, you're miserable, mama, fix it. Stop taking your anger out on people. Fix your life and you won't be so mad. Anyway, I'm out. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. I'm not going to monetize this thing because I've been cursing way too much. All right, I'm out, y'all. Bye.